Have you ever wondered why your legs feel heavier, even though you're eating right and trying to stay active? Why climbing stairs feels like scaling a mountain, or why your balance feels shakier lately, even though you haven't changed your routine? Most seniors assume it's just aging, but what if I told you it could be something you eat daily, something you were told is healthy your entire life? Today, we reveal the top 7 fruits you should stop eating after 60 because while they seem healthy, they may be secretly damaging your joints, weakening your muscles, and reducing blood flow to your legs. Even worse, you likely have them in your kitchen right now. These fruits are often praised for their vitamins and sweetness, but under the surface, they can spike blood sugar, trigger inflammation, and worsen circulation, especially in aging bodies. But don't worry, this video isn't just about what to avoid. I'll also show you better fruit choices that support leg strength, improve balance, and ease joint discomfort. Drop a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. Type your city or country. I love seeing how far the Simply Health family reaches. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on life-changing health tips just like this. Software, sweet, juicy. Peaches are the taste of summer, but for seniors, they may also be a source of joint pain and muscle fatigue. Peaches are extremely high in natural sugars, especially sucrose and fructose, which spike blood glucose. While that might not matter much when you're younger, for adults over 60, those sugar surges are harder to manage. A single medium peach contains over 13 grams of sugar, and the impact is worse if you eat them canned or dried, which seniors often do for convenience. The result? Increased insulin resistance, reduced circulation to the lower extremities, more inflammation in joints, and a noticeable heaviness in the legs. Peaches also have a moderate acid content, which can irritate arthritic joints. That beautiful golden glow might be masking the very thing making your knees feel stiff or your calves ache after short walks. Many seniors report a burning or tight sensation in their legs after summer fruits like peaches, but never connect the dots. Add to that the water retention peaches may cause, especially for people on heart or blood pressure medications. And you got a recipe for swollen ankles and discomfort. Peaches may seem like nature's dessert, but for aging muscles and joints, they're a slow-burning saboteur. Plums, the silent culprit behind aching legs, they're juicy, they're colorful, and they look harmless in a fruit bowl. But plums might be quietly sabotaging your leg strength after 60. They're low in calories and contain antioxidants. But here's what most seniors don't realize. Plums are rich in sorbitol, a sugar alcohol that many older adults have trouble digesting. This can lead to bloating, water retention, and digestive distress, which in turn puts pressure on the joints, especially in the lower body. Plums also have a moderate glycemic index. This means that while they don't spike blood sugar as fast as some fruits, they still trigger insulin responses that older bodies may struggle to regulate. For seniors with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance, eating several plums a week can slowly contribute to energy crashes, inflammation, and that familiar aching in the calves and knees. But the problem doesn't end there. Plums are often consumed dried as prunes. While prunes are known for aiding digestion, their sugar concentration is far higher than fresh plums, and most seniors eat them daily, believing they're improving gut health. The reality? That added sugar can worsen circulation issues and make the legs feel heavier, especially in the evening. You may also notice tightness in your thighs or a tingling sensation in your feet after eating plums regularly. This isn't just coincidence. Sorbitol and fructose malabsorption become more common with age and are often unrecognized culprits of lower limb discomfort. What's worse, plums are rarely suspected. They don't taste overly sweet, and they're often part of healthy diet plans. But for aging joints and slower circulation, the cumulative effects matter. Should you cut out plums completely? Not necessarily. If you love them, limit your intake to one plum a few times a week, and always pair them with a handful of nuts or a protein-rich food to slow sugar absorption. And avoid prunes if you're experiencing water retention, varicose veins, or leg swelling. Finally, if you've had unexplained leg cramps or persistent lower body discomfort and haven't considered your fruit choices, plums might be the silent driver. As always, listen to your body. If something that once seemed healthy no longer feels right, it's okay to pivot. Your legs will thank you for it. Lychee, the hidden sugar trap that may be weakening your legs. Lychee, with its floral aroma and delicate sweetness, is often viewed as a luxurious and healthy tropical treat. But beneath its juicy flesh lies a concern, especially for seniors over 60. You see, lychees are extremely high in natural sugars, about 29 grams per cup. That's nearly the sugar content of a soda. For an aging body, especially one with slower metabolism and increased insulin resistance, that much sugar can act like a hidden landmine. Here's the problem. Lychees have a high glycemic index, meaning they cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. After that sudden rise, your insulin levels surge. And repeated insulin spikes are one of the fastest ways to increase inflammation in joints, slow circulation, and compromise muscle recovery. Have you ever felt your legs heavy or your knees stiff after meals? Maybe your energy crashed after a fruit-filled snack? Lychee could be playing a role. Worse, this fruit is often eaten in large quantities because of its small size and refreshing flavor. Seniors trying to hydrate or cool down might unknowingly snack on several in one sitting. But that's where the trap lies. The sugar builds quickly, and the body struggles to keep up. And there's another issue. Lychees contain a toxin known as hypoglycin A, especially when unripe. While this compound poses greater danger to malnourished individuals, even small traces can worsen insulin sensitivity in the elderly or interfere with liver metabolism if consumed regularly. Over time, the constant sugar roller coaster can wear down leg strength. Blood vessels narrow, nerve signals weaken, and the legs become more vulnerable to cramping pain and fatigue. Lychees aren't evil, but they are powerful. And for those over 60, moderation is key. If you've been experiencing increased joint stiffness, unexplained fatigue after meals, or muscle soreness without intense activity, your fruit bowl could be the quiet culprit. So, what can you do? Choose fruits that offer hydration and antioxidants without the sugar spikes. Berries, papaya, kiwi, or even avocado. These alternatives support circulation, muscle recovery, and smoother movement. Let lychee be a treat, not a trap. Because in your later years, every bite should work for your body, not against it. Dried figs, a natural treat or sugar trap? Let's talk about a fruit that's often praised for being natural, wholesome, and rich in fiber. But when it comes to leg health in seniors, dried figs might not be the sweet solution they appear to be. In fact, they could quietly be sabotaging your circulation, mobility, and overall energy. You see, dried figs are fruits that have undergone a transformation. During the drying process, the water content is removed, but the sugars remain. What you're left with is a nutrient-dense snack, yes, but also a sugar and calorie bomb. One small dried fig can contain up to 8 grams of sugar. Eat just 4 or 5. And you've consumed as much sugar as a can of soda, and that sugar, even though it's natural, has consequences, especially if you're over 60. Here's what happens when you regularly snack on dried figs. Your blood sugar spikes. Insulin follows. And over time, your cells become more resistant to insulin's message. This means your muscles, including the ones in your legs, receive less fuel, less oxygen, and less regeneration. You might feel that as heavy, dragging legs, fatigue after just a few steps, slow recovery after walking or exercising. And that's not all. The high sugar content contributes to low-grade inflammation. In seniors, this chronic inflammation often settles in the joints, knees, hips, ankles, exacerbating conditions like arthritis or even causing new flare-ups. Many older adults report dull aches or stiffness after eating dried fruit regularly without ever linking it to the snack they thought was healthy. Now, let's talk calories. Because figs are dehydrated, they're compact, but extremely calorie-dense. Just a handful can exceed 200 calories, and because they're chewy and tasty, it's easy to overeat them. Weight gain in seniors leads to more pressure on joints and legs, causing pain and reducing mobility. Hidden danger: sulfites. Many store-bought dried figs are treated with sulfites to preserve color and shelf life. These additives can trigger allergic reactions, digestive upset, or headaches, especially in older individuals with sensitive systems. Should seniors avoid figs completely? Not necessarily. Fresh figs are a different story. They're high in fiber, lower in sugar, and hydrating. But dried figs, eaten daily or in large portions, are not leg-friendly. If you love the taste, limit yourself to 1 or 2 pieces with a meal, not as a snack. Combine with protein or fat to slow sugar absorption. Avoid varieties with added sugars or preservatives. Ask yourself this: do you feel more sluggish after sweet snacks, even natural ones like dried figs? Have you experienced increased stiffness or swelling in your legs recently? The smallest choices, like what you grab from the pantry, can make a big difference over time. Swap that bowl of dried figs with a few slices of fresh pear, or even better, anti-inflammatory berries. Next up, we'll look at another healthy fruit that might be sneaking extra sugar and inflammation into your daily diet and slowly stealing your strength. The sweet citrus that may sour your joints, those bright, sweet, easy-to-peel fruits, are loved for their convenience and flavor. They're often considered the perfect snack, low in calories, high in vitamin C, and seemingly gentle on the stomach. But if you're over 60, you may want to think twice before making them your daily habit. Because what clementines give in sweetness, they may take away in joint comfort and leg flexibility. Here's the often overlooked truth: clementines are highly acidic, and that acid, while perfectly tolerable for younger, more resilient bodies, can become a hidden problem for aging joints and tissues. Let's unpack this. Aging joints and acid irritation. As we age, the cartilage that cushions our joints becomes thinner, and our body's ability to neutralize acids weakens. This means acidic foods like clementines can trigger or worsen joint inflammation, especially if you already have arthritis, bursitis, or chronic joint pain. You might notice morning stiffness in your knees and hips, a tight sensation in your lower legs after waking, achiness or dull pressure around your joints, especially during colder mornings, cumulative effect over time. The tricky part is that clementines don't hurt you right away. You may enjoy one or two in the evening, feel fine, and then the next morning, getting out of bed feels like you're walking in mud. That tight, creaky sensation in your joints may be linked to the acid you consumed the night before. Citric acid plus natural sugars equals inflammation. Double-hit clementines, like other citrus fruits, are high in citric acid. But they also contain fructose, a natural sugar that, when consumed in excess, increases systemic inflammation and glycation, a process that can weaken connective tissues and reduce joint flexibility. Even worse, when blood sugar spikes from fruit sugars combined with acidity, the result is increased uric acid, a known contributor to gout-like joint pain in seniors. What the research suggests, as several studies have indicated that citrus fruits may contribute to joint discomfort in individuals with sensitive inflammatory conditions, particularly in older adults. The acidity can irritate the linings of joints and exacerbate morning stiffness, a key symptom in osteoarthritis. Should you stop eating clementines? Not necessarily, but moderation is critical. Here's how to enjoy them safely. Limit intake to 1 clementine per day, ideally earlier in the day, not before bedtime. Never eat them on an empty stomach. Pair with a small handful of nuts or a hard-boiled egg to buffer the acid. If you suffer from frequent leg stiffness, try avoiding citrus for a week. You may feel the difference. Ask yourself, do you wake up with stiff knees or ankles despite stretching and staying active? Are your mornings slower and more painful after snacking on fruit the night before? Then it might be time to rethink how harmless that little orange really is. Instead of acidic clementines, try low-acid fruits like ripe pears, fresh blueberries, or steamed apples with cinnamon, gentler on your joints and better for your circulation. Up next, we'll explore another fruit that's common in healthy diets, but could be slowly draining your leg strength without you even noticing. Dates, the energy fruit that can drain your legs. Dates, these small wrinkled fruits, are often called nature's candy, and for good reason. Sweet, chewy, and packed with natural sugars, dates have earned a spot in energy bars, health snacks, and even diabetic-friendly recipes. But here's the truth that most seniors aren't told. Dates may be sabotaging your leg strength, mobility, and energy, especially after meals. Let's break this down. The sugar surge you didn't see coming dates are incredibly dense in sugar. In fact, just 3 dates contain more sugar than a glazed donut. While that sugar is natural, it still spikes your blood glucose rapidly, especially in older adults whose metabolism and insulin sensitivity have declined. After a meal, especially one that already contains carbohydrates or starch, eating dates can cause a post-meal sugar crash. And that crash often shows up in your legs, sudden fatigue in your thighs and calves, heaviness or aching after walking just a short distance, a strong desire to sit or lie down, even though you've barely moved. This isn't aging, it's glycemic overload, and your legs are the first to feel it. But dates are healthy. Not always, yes. Dates contain fiber, potassium, and antioxidants. But for seniors over 60, especially those with prediabetes, neuropathy, or circulation issues, the sugar concentration in dates can do more harm than good. Your body no longer processes fructose, fruit sugar, the way it used to. Instead of using it for quick energy, it converts that sugar to fat, uric acid, and inflammatory compounds that weaken capillaries in your legs, increase swelling in your ankles, slow down oxygen delivery to your muscles. Over time, this results in poor muscle recovery, persistent leg tiredness, and even numbness or tingling in your lower limbs. Nutrient density versus nutrient overload. One date might be fine as part of a balanced meal, but dates are often overconsumed. They're small, easy to eat, and marketed as energy boosting. Before you know it, you've eaten 5, 6, or more, delivering a sugar overload to a body that processes sugar more slowly every year. And remember, even natural sugar becomes a problem when your circulation is compromised. That's why many older adults feel sluggish and drained after meals that include dates or date-sweetened snacks. Who should be extra careful with dates? Seniors with diabetes or prediabetes, anyone taking blood pressure or cholesterol medication, individuals with arthritis, neuropathy, or chronic leg pain, those who experience post-meal fatigue or swelling in the lower body. Smarter alternatives. If you crave something sweet after meals, opt for a few slices of pear, low glycemic and rich in fiber, a handful of berries, anti-inflammatory and light on sugar, unsweetened applesauce with cinnamon, or even just a small piece of 85% dark chocolate. Each of these options provides gentle sweetness, stabilizes blood sugar, and supports muscle energy rather than draining it. Dates may look innocent and feel wholesome, but for aging bodies, especially those trying to preserve leg strength and energy, they can be a silent saboteur. Do your legs feel heavy or weak after meals? Do you snack on dates thinking they're better than dessert? It might be time to rethink that habit. Up next, a fruit that appears tropical and heart-healthy, but hides a danger for your bones and knees. Stay with me. Starfruit, the tropical threat to your nerves and kidneys. It's bright, it's exotic, and when sliced, it looks just like a perfect star. But don't let its cheerful appearance fool you. Starfruit, also known as carambola, may be one of the most dangerous fruits a senior over 60 can eat, especially if you have any kidney issues. In fact, starfruit has been directly linked to neurotoxicity in older adults. That means it can literally poison your nervous system, damage brain function, and weaken your leg control, coordination, and balance. Let's take a closer look at why this so-called superfruit could quietly be weakening your legs from the inside out. The silent toxin, caramboxin. Starfruit contains a compound called caramboxin. In healthy individuals, this compound is filtered out by the kidneys. But for those with even mild kidney dysfunction, a condition common in seniors, it builds up in the blood and begins to attack the central nervous system. The symptoms can be subtle at first: numbness or tingling in the legs or feet, nighttime leg cramps or shocks, feeling dizzy or disoriented when standing, muscle twitching, or tremors in extreme cases, seizures or confusion, and worst of all, these symptoms are often misdiagnosed as aging or neuropathy, when in fact they could be directly linked to star fruit consumption. But isn't it rich in antioxidants? Yes, star fruit contains vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants. But if your kidneys aren't working perfectly, and after age 60 many aren't, those nutrients come with a toxic price. Caramboxin isn't the only concern. Star fruit is also very acidic, which can aggravate joint inflammation, cause stomach irritation, increase calcium loss from bones, weakening knees and hips. Even if you're only eating a few slices occasionally, over time this can lead to subtle declines in leg coordination, stability while walking, nerve responsiveness when climbing stairs or avoiding a fall. Who should never eat star fruit? Anyone with kidney disease, chronic or mild seniors on diuretics or blood pressure medications, those with balance issues or unexplained nerve pain, individuals recovering from a stroke or other neurovascular conditions. Even one small serving of star fruit can trigger serious neurotoxic symptoms in people with reduced kidney filtration. Common mistake? Juicing it. Many tropical fruit blends or detox juices include star fruit because of its refreshing flavor. But when concentrated into a juice, the toxin levels become even more potent, increasing the risk of nerve-related side effects dramatically. Common mistake? Juicing it. Many tropical fruit blends or detox juices include star fruit because of its refreshing flavor. But when concentrated into a juice, the toxin levels become even more potent, increasing the risk of nerve-related side effects dramatically. Final word: star fruit might be trendy. It might look beautiful on your plate, but if you're over 60, and especially if your kidney health isn't perfect, it could be silently harming your nerves, legs, and mobility. If you've noticed strange tingling, muscle twitches, or leg cramps you can't explain, and you've had star fruit in your diet, speak to your doctor immediately. This is not a fruit to experiment with. Let's not just focus on what looks healthy. Let's choose what truly supports the strength, stability, and independence of your body. Because your legs carry your life forward, and they deserve better than a toxic star. Now it's time to take a step back and think. Today, you learned not only that some fruits can be harmful, but also how to keep your legs stronger, balanced, and healthy with the right choices. Because it's not just about eating fruit, it's about knowing how each fruit affects your body at each age. The wrong fruits can make your knees hard without you even realizing it, make your ankles ache when you wake up in the morning, and let you down while climbing stairs. But the right fruits support your body. They give you back your strength, reduce swelling, relieve cramps, and make you a free-moving person again. Now it's your turn. Write in the comments, which fruits on this list do you consume regularly? Which ones have you decided to give up or replace? If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications for more healthy aging content. Remember, this channel, Simply Health, is here for you. In every video, We are here for a healthier, more active, more independent life. Because strong legs are the foundation of an independent life. Every healthy step you take today builds your freedom tomorrow. Do yourself this favor. Eat right, live consciously, stay strong,